Hello everyone, welcome to a mastery, actually two mastery badge battles of the AMX 50 120 Tier 9 French heavy tank. Technically it is plays like a medium peekaboo and plays as a secondary fire support. So I'm just going to be demonstrating two main strategies in these two clips, and it essentially is the general approach. The way you should play this tank is staying behind your own teammates' tanks, using them as a meat shield while you peekaboo shots, unload your entire clip and deal up to 1200 damage on average. And then as soon as you've emptied your clip, you would want to immediately get into a hiding position, which is what I'm doing here. So right now I'm taking up a actually pretty forward position, contrary to what I was suggesting before, playing as secondary support. But as you can see, yes, I did take a hit from the KPFC, but right now the main strategy, the main approach would just to be, I have right here a mouse and I believe it is a medium tank who is holding onto the right flank of our current position, and we are one tank down, but that's not too much, and I'm just sort of looking for any sort of shot, just to guard this particular way. And as you can see, I'm sort of retreating because I don't want to deal with that tier 100 or tier 11. I take another shot, and I believe I take another shot. I don't know where that came from, but I think it was probably 183. And now I push up because I see them looking in the other direction, and I see the KPFC is a one shot, so I'll take that. That was a lucky miss from the E50M. And now, as you can see, I'm just reloading, and I'm just hoping that he doesn't actually push forward and take that one shot. But I'm lucky. He seems a bit too much of a coward to do so right now, and we do have the support of two anti-tanks in the very back. So he's not looking at me. I do another lucky bounce, and he's looking at me. So I finish him off, and I take another bounce at the E50, and he misses again for the third time. So at this point, I was feeling pretty lucky, and I've already done 3,500 damage in a tier 10 battle, which, in my opinion, is pretty well. So while he's busy just dealing with the other tanks, I don't bother risking it to actually go out and face him. So I sort of push back, and I take one more shot just to kill him, just for good measure, and I get 4 kills in this tier 10 battle. And as you can see, I get the high tier vehicle, the gold one. So now here I was wondering if the E100 was looking at me, so I just hide behind the building and I take a blind shot through the wall. Luckily that one hit, then I take another shot aiming for the lower places of the E100, and then I just sort of wait for my other teammates just to take care of him. The 183 does bounce, or actually he doesn't, but he takes a good chunk of damage, and he predictably dies as I predicted. And now I'm just waiting for my other teammates just to charge for him to face his attention away from me as I do an approach. So initially I was gonna go right, but then I decided to go left because I assumed that he would have fired another shot and I would just charge in on the reload. But then I realized this was completely unnecessary, as my teammates do take him out eventually. So as you can see, this AMX 100, or this AMX 50 120, his approach is to, well, the way you play this tank is to not rush in the very beginning. In fact, it is actually to stay in the second line of fire, or you can play it as a medium tank, going for the flanks. So you have to really watch your mini-map and see where your enemies are, if you can spot whether all the tanks are available. And as soon as you spot them all, flank the other side and try to take advantage of that with your 1200 auto-loader average damage alpha. So it really does take a chunk out of any sort of tank, whether it's tier 8, 9 or 10. So as this autoloader, you are actually a very big deterrent to any sort of enemies that are facing. And somehow, luckily, I see an IS-8 in the distance, so I decided to actually stop and take a shot. And I was hoping for a second shot, but it doesn't reload in time. Maybe, I reckon, it's an unlucky shot there. But that's the thing about the AMX 5120, is that it is a very, very tall vehicle. So a good way to sort of survive in the first few minutes of battle is to actually try to find like a ridge, a building, or maybe even like a hill, just to sort of hide behind. And I move forward. I was a bit tentative there. The oscillating turret of the AMX 5120 is that it doesn't have that much gun depression, so it was a bit hard to take that shot. And as you can see, there's a waffle tractor in the background, and I'll just sit here waiting by my time, reloading. Do not ever rush in this vehicle. If you rush, you will almost certainly perish a death. So this battle is certainly another tier 10 match. Looking for shots, and I see that STI, and that STI looking very juicy, and I almost track him, and I take another shot, a lucky one there, and I take another one, I just track him, so not too bad. As you can see, the firing rate is pretty goddamn awesome. You, as a AMX 5120, you will just dump pure alpha into an enemy tank and just watch their health whittle away, as I'm sure they will just be absolutely shaken to their core, and almost will definitely deter them from making any sort of rush decisions. So I'm just sort of marching back and forth along this flank, looking for shots, using the bushes as camo, and I see that IS-4. Is it an IS-4? I believe so. And I was hoping that he would actually pop out from behind. I take a lucky shot that just seems to go in above that metal object, and I'll just sort of be wary of the other shots, and I was hoping he would move back one another time just so I can get him. Will I get him? And yes, I do get him. And I have one more shot. Super lucky. Normally an AMX, or this AMX 5120, it's not a very good sniping tank because the bloom is actually quite large as soon as you stop. As the time it takes to sort of, for the circle, for your aiming cuticle to decrease or to actually focus is actually pretty long. You don't want to stay in open for too long. The playstyle would rather be a sort of a boom style. You take a shot, hide, take a shot, hide, take a shot, hide, and then reload. And then now the Waffle Tractor is telling me to actually go spot, as seeing as I am the only tank, or actually the only sort of tank left with enough health. I spot this STI and I let one of, I'm gonna miss that shot, but luckily one of my teammates takes care of it for me. And there we go, the IS-4 takes care of it. So now my plan is just to keep moving. I was sort of afraid to see if there was any sort of like tank destroyers on the right, and I was right. There was a T-30 over there, and luckily the Waffle Tractor takes care of that for me with finesse, which I definitely do appreciate. So now we are 2 tanks up, and I sort of look around, and I plan around going around back to the enemy base, just to sort of flank them, to see if I can get around behind them. and perhaps even if they're not there, I would actually just capture the point C, just to gain more points and pressure them into actually moving. So whenever you're in a situation like this, you want to just sort of wait it out, especially when you have a points advantage. So usually they are forced to make a move if they do not want to lose. So hence the waffle tractor is telling me to get to point C, and I do. I was planning on actually just waiting here and until I see that another waffle tractor, so I immediately rush for the kill, because as soon as you get a kill, you delay their win because they lose points and you gain points. And now we're going for the final kill. It's a tier 9 tank destroyer. So now I'm going around. I don't feel like I need to reload. I feel like I can just use this to my advantage. It's not a really big deal, and I do have enough hit points to sort of take another hit, because that Chinese tank destroyer is not enough to knock me out in one go. Hence I unload my 2 clips into him, dealing a very substantial 800 damage. And now I was planning actually on ramming him, because this AMX is surprisingly a very good rammer, but unfortunately I don't. Anyways, that is another mastery badge, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And yeah,